Okay, everybody, welcome to our Monday, November 9th team call. Holy cow, we're in November. We're less than 2 months away from the new year. I'm really excited about tonight's call. A very simple topic, but I think it's the main point of our business to move our businesses forward. But first and foremost, I just want to say welcome to the Team Perseverance call. I'm David Atkins. That's my wife, Kristen Atkins, the founding coaches. You coming? Team Perseverance. This is where we come together. For now, it's been 10 years to go over news, training, announcements on our call and some recognition. So Kristen thought maybe we would open up see if anybody has any shout outs they want to give. We haven't done that in a couple of weeks. So is there anybody that wants to shout anybody out on the call? Let's open it up real quick before I go into the slideshow. Anybody?
I do. I'd like to shout out both Jenny Barnes and Christy Wallace. They've been working really diligently in our coach mentorship and just regained both their emeralds back. So I'm super happy for them. Like literally one just happened right now a little while ago. So I'm thrilled for them.
That's awesome.
Good job, ladies. Who else has a shout out?
I do. Oh, go, Lindsay. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you go ahead, girl.
I just want to say happy birthday to Lisa. And
Happy birthday, Lisa. And Devin, too.
oh, hi, Devin. And thanks for pushing me this weekend on our run. Couldn't have done it without you. You're the best.
Nice.
Yay.
Anybody else?
Our little vlogging crew. Shouting out, is that Dana on the call? Shouting out Dana and Karen, you did your 5K too, right? Or did you do it yet?
I did not.
Okay. All right, so I'll shout you out when you do yours. Shouting out Dana for doing her 5K. Amazing job. And guys, I think there's something really important to be said about this because Dana struggles with seasonal depression. I mean, she lives in Canada. It's cold there majority of the year, and she struggled for the last couple of years. And this year she kind of was like, you know what? No, I'm going to do something to combat it. And she's been doing 30-day breakaway and complete turnaround from what last year was like, right, Dana? Would you want to share a little bit about it? I don't want to put you on the spot, but I think it's like really important. It's bigger than weight loss. It's important.
I almost want to cry.
It's okay if you do.
I want to say this would be 4 years since the first time I've noticed or have ever felt like seasonal depression. My first year, I didn't even know what it was. I just felt like things were going on with my body and my head and my mind, and I just didn't know what it was. It wasn't until like the second year that I realized it hit again. It was like October. It's that month where I spend all summer outdoors. We're at the trailer outside all the time. And then October hits, it gets cold, and I go indoors. And I get sad. Like last year was my worst year yet, where it got to the point, like I would just cry for this, like just because I felt like the entire world was completely against me. And I would go through these panic attacks or anxiety attacks where I felt like my heart was just like beating right out of my chest. And I just felt like, I can't even explain it. It was just this feeling of not being able to control the situation. And come January, it would start to get better. The days would start getting lighter. But I just kept trying to find ways to overcome it using like vitamin D. Last year I got a light. I was taking more vitamin D, and that helped after those like huge panic attacks in October. And then this year when she announced the running program in the summer, I was like, like that's not me. I don't want to do that. And then kind of closer towards the end of summer, I'm like, you know what? This is coming out in October, that time of year where I shut down, and I do not want to shut down this year. I said to myself, this is going to be that program that is going to break that. And it completely has. Like, I can't even explain the high that I am living on right now. Like, it has completely transformed for me. Like, this is like that program. like 80-day obsession was that program. This is that program for me again this year.
Oh, that is incredible. Guys, let's just give her a round of applause. Even though you're muted, you can see us. So proud of you, Dana. And that's definitely a story that I would love Idalis to hear. We definitely have some friends who are good friends with her, so we're going to be reaching out, and I'd like her to hear your story, because I think that's powerful. It's more than just, you know, challenging yourself to become a runner. You know, that's really huge. So are you going to continue doing it?
Yes.
All right.
I'm going to continue running until the snow doesn't let me.
Yeah.
Actually, one of the comments on my post today was saying that there's claws or something I can put on my shoes that I can still go out and run in the snow.
Oh.
So that might be something that I continue to do. I did get, it's kind of ironic. I got an email from it's 365 Sports, and they are putting on a 5K run to be done like at the end of December, where if you sign up for it, they'll send you a Santa suit and a bib and all that sort of stuff to complete a 5K run at Christmas time. And I'm like, ooh, do I do that?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm totally thinking about doing that. And that'd be such a cool thing to like share in my stories and on Facebook and all that sort of stuff. So I'm definitely considering it. I already told Kendra, and she's like, well, if you do it, I'm going to do it. So
That's incredible. I love
Yeah.
that. I love that. And you also have lost a ton of weight doing the Ultimate Reset.
I did. Ultimate Reset, I lost a little over 11 pounds. Since March, beginning of March, middle of March when COVID hit, that weekend where it was that turning point of Monday, it's like, okay, Monday, everything shuts down. We don't go anywhere. We don't do anything. And that Monday was that Monday where we all started getting on those Zoom calls. And for the first couple of weeks, I was doing my workouts and I was kind of flip-flopping back and forth with my nutrition. And then it got to this point where I'm like, you know what? This time more than ever, I need to eat healthy. I need to be as healthy as I possibly can, because if this virus comes for me, I want to be able to attack it with my immunity. So it was that turning point of, do I sit on the couch and eat the chips and the candy, or do I take my health in my own hands? So since March, I have lost, as of this morning, was like 32.6 pounds.
Wow. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Dana, you got a good story, my friend. Amazing. All right, we're going to move on. That is incredible. I'm going to get your story to Idalis. I'll figure it out.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yep, no problem. Good job. All right, Dave's going to get started with our share. And if you guys have questions, save them for the end. But we're going to actually get some work done tonight. We're going to attempt to.
So I'm going to move quickly through announcements, guys. Okay, so any new coaches on? I want to welcome any new coaches. I know one of my new coaches, Roberto's on. So welcome, Roberto, and any new coaches on there. If you're a new coach and you don't know what to do next, there is a post that's pinned to the top of the team page that goes over exactly what you need to be doing. First and foremost, getting in a challenge group. And then also there's the training there to help you get started in the new coach starter guide. So you can absolutely start there. Today, calls, meetings, and webinars. There was the National Wake Up Call. That is a call that's every week at 11 a.m. streamed live on the Team Beachbody 411 Facebook page. Make sure everybody on here should be following that, and also the Beachbody Champions page. They're both run by corporate. Beachbody Champions goes over training all the time, and the Team Beachbody 411 is for news and information, and that's where they broadcast the National Wake Up Call every week. So Danielle Natoni was on today, Superstar Diamond 2 coach. She talks about how she onboards coaches with a focus on leading groups. I listened to the call today, the recording. She really spoke about bod groups in detail, which I think as a team, this is something that for Chris and I, we're going to be moving to in the new year for sure. Some push goals. If you want to be at the New Leader Conference, you have to be a 1-star by December 31st. Elite coach, you have to be a 5-star with 2 new diamonds with 105 leadership points. Premier is 75 leadership points and be a 2-star by the end of the year. I want to welcome all the new Team Perseverance coaches that joined our team in the month of October. So if any of your new coaches are on there,
Welcome.
congratulations and welcome to our team that is growing by the day. I also want to recognize our All-Stars. These are people that had at least 500 team volume points or more on the team. So these are the people that were on here. We had some pushing to have over 1,000, which here on our team, those that had over 1,000 team volume points on there. Congratulations, Lindsay, Joanna, Shannon, Devin, Melanie, and my wife, Kristen.
And you.
Success Club, as I always say, this is the benchmark that you want to be hitting every single month in your business. This is what's going to move your business forward. It's basically letting yourself know, am I bringing in new people every month or I'm not? So at the minimum, you want to strive for Success Club. So great job to those Success Club 10, Success Club 5, and our honorable mention people. Because, guys, these aren't just points. These are people's lives that we're helping. So the people on here, even with 2 points, means they helped at least one person. So that's absolutely amazing.
Awesome.
And congratulations to Kathy for sponsoring 4 coaches and top Success Club earner of Liza and then some other guy.
And just an FYI, Kathy's a brand new coach, right?
Yeah.
She's only been a coach for a short period of time, and she just came in hot out of the gate, ready to go and just start helping people, which is amazing.
Absolutely amazing. Also want to recognize that these were the end of the month.
Just make sure there's nobody in the waiting room.
And then, all right, making sure nobody's in the
I
waiting room.
hate this waiting room. Yep, somebody's there.
There's somebody on an iPad. This is our rising stars who are for people in November. So
that is insane.
Hold on, everybody. I'm just muting everybody. This is the numbers for the beginning of November. So these are our rising stars for November. I see a lot of great names on there of our leaders. And then babe, you're by yourself with over 1,000 volume points by the 9th of the month. So great job.
Thank you.
Our leadership retreat has been pushed to May 12th to 16th. We have these lovely coaches that have qualified already to go to the mansion house that we rented out for the week. We would have been going Wednesday, but thanks to the pandemic, we're not going this week, but we're really excited to come together and hang out at this ridiculous house in May. And there's still 5 spots left for those people that have to hit diamond by, did we ever come up with that date?
They can do it now through March.
Okay.
But guys, just message us privately if you'd like to be eligible to be in this group, to be on this trip. Sawyer's sad he can't come. I know, Sawyer. I know, I didn't want to show our kids this house either because they were like, what? What are you doing? But yeah, guys, message us if you'd like to get in on this trip. The people that already put their deposit down that did not qualify last time, you guys have a second chance to get there. So just let us know if you want to come because it's going to be epic.
Okay, November, that's a spelling mistake. November 30th, the post-Thanksgiving bloat, bye-bye. We're going to do a 3-day refresh, the 3-day refresh cleanse on the 30th, right?
Yeah, I ordered mine already. I'm inviting people to join us, people that have joined me in the past. I'm reaching back out to them. The group that we have that's open, I'll post it in the team page again, guys, if you're not in it. But we have a lot of people in it from the last time. So what I can do is I can go in there tomorrow and I can just tag people and just say, if you guys want to do the next one, you can go ahead and join us and get your kit. So you guys invite to it. It's a great way to get new customers. It's a great way to help people jumpstart their weight loss, especially right after Thanksgiving. That's probably one of the most popular times of the year to do it.
Okay, the last 60. This is the last 60 days of the year, and I threw up the teams that are there. I actually forgot to throw my team's photo up that was just posted today.
Do we have everybody's picture.
I went through what was posted on the team page.
Okay.
So the team Glow Getters, the 60-day runners, the Goal Diggers, the Ho Ho Hustlers, the Sweating with My Snowmies. I love it. And the Fearless 5. So this is a way of small teams coming together, coaches that are growing and working the business for the last 60 days of the year. So it's great to see everybody I'm involved with that. Want to hit on that monthly Emerald call?
Okay, so we had our first monthly Emerald call on, when the heck was it? Oh, that was the 3rd or the 4th of November. The first Wednesday of every month will be our Emerald call. That call is for coaches that are already Emerald coaches. And guys, if you're a new coach, your first big goal within your first 30 days is to become an Emerald coach, which means you sign up 2 of your own coaches, one in your left leg, one in your right leg, immediately. It's really easy to do. The benefits to being an Emerald coach is that you can now benefit from team cycle bonus, which again, if you go through Coach Basics, you'll understand how that works. If you hit Success Club and you're an Emerald coach, you get leads from Beachbody, which is free customers. It's amazing. And it's your first major rank advancement. It says, I'm here, I'm starting my own team, I'm starting to be serious about this business, I'm ready to grow. So Emerald is a decision. It can happen within 24 hours. Signing up 2 coaches is not hard. So that call is specific to coaches that are already Emerald. You have to have your 2 coaches under you to be on that call, but it's basically going to be mentoring you and just going through the things that you need to be doing and you need to know. Half an hour, once a month, just to keep you structured. So make sure you put that in your calendar. The next one will be December. Let me just look real quick and give you the date so you can put it in your calendar. And if you're not Emerald right now, you have time to get to be Emerald before the next call. So I guess it's December 2nd, a Wednesday, December 2nd. So put that in your phone. If you're looking to get to Diamond and beyond and you're at Emerald, that's the call you want to be on. And that's open for everybody.
Monthly Coach Basics kicked off last week on November 2nd. You guys know that that's where we do the training for the new coaches. It runs for 17 days straight. It's going to be the first Monday of every month. But if you want to get ahead and get access to it, it is under the units section of the team page. You can go under the units section and go through. This is the foundation of all the things you need to learn about a new coach going forward, okay? I always say, first and foremost, get yourself in the challenge group, get yourself situated, and then you could dive into the coach training to start building your actual business. Off to the races.
We already have a little group going starting today. I opened it up. We have, I think, 5 or 6 people in there already who've already at 2 Success Club points. So as soon as you help your first customer get started with a completion pack or a challenge pack or an auto ship order, just post in the Team Perseverance page, off to the races, and I will add you to that group message. That is by the month, where coaches at all levels, doesn't matter if you're a coach, an Emerald coach, Diamond coach, whatever, are welcome to be in that pod where we can share ideas, we can cheer each other on. You know, how many more points do we have? You know, who did you help today? You know, Chris was sharing how she helped a fellow law enforcement wife this morning. So it's just a really great environment to be in for people that are working the business. So make sure you let us know if you're off to the races.
Next is to going over some new things that are going on that we should be aware of. Peppermint Mocha Shakeology, so everybody is aware, is still available. They said they have a couple boxes left. So if you still want to order, yeah, they said there was they don't have a lot. So, all right, maybe that's the wrong choice of words. They're limited supplies.
There you go.
Limited supplies. Take advantage of the No Excuse November sale. Guys, this is the biggest one. All challenge packs that are $150 or more are $20 off this month. So that means the All Access Beachbody On Demand Challenge Pack that is $160 is going to be $140 this month. So this is for the month of November only. It's their biggest sale on challenge packs. It's a ridiculous deal. 30-day breakaway obviously is still available, and that's the program that we heard Dana just speak about. So just wanted to highlight that. And now the next big announcement is 9-week control-free that's coming next month. That trainer Autumn Calabrese from 21-Day Fix is coming out with. So we are getting excited. We're going to do some things as a team regarding that. You want to hit on any of that?
No. Tomorrow, I'm like, no. Tomorrow, the training is going to be done in the round table for us from Kim Carver. Shannon and I are going to touch base. What we've been doing that's working out beautifully is taking our Snoop groups, our current Snoop group, and we turn it into our launch group for the next program. So the 30 days insider group that we have going right now, which, you know, people are starting to wrap up their 5Ks. I think within this next week, everybody should be finishing up their 5K, and then we can transform that group into our control freak group, and we will get all the information loaded in there. We have the free sample coming out that we can start sharing with other people. I believe it's on the 30th, but again, tomorrow I'll get all of the details, and we're probably going to have a special team call next Monday night just on that. I think we are, right?
Yeah, just
Okay.
on
Just on that. So we can save all that information for next Monday night. So mark your calendars that we'll touch base next week, and it'll be a quick call.
This Earn Your Success Club 2020 rewards while there's still time. So Kristen and I actually just got the sweatshirt for having 9 months.
The sweatshirt is amazing.
Yeah, it's nice.
Cassidy already tried to take it.
And if we get to 12 months, we get the Theragun, which is, we have one, which we love, but it'd be pretty cool to get another one. There is, oh, nope, that's this Super Weekend. We did that. Oh, you know what? I missed slides double. Oh, this
there
is
it is.
Sean T's new program is also going to be coming out in the spring. It's a dance program. Like I said, I did size. I don't know about this one. But it is coming
Yeah, a lot
out.
of
There's
people
an
like this one.
insanity mix that's going to be with it, but I think a lot of people on the team will enjoy it. Before we get into tonight's topic, any general questions from anybody? Anybody?
Who's excited for Control Freak? Woo! You guys, this is it. This can be the thing that catapults us into 2021 on a really strong note. So our job is really just to show up. I don't think we are going to be able to start it until we get our actual equipment. They said it's not like one of those, it's not like MBF when you can just air jump. So you do have to wait for the equipment. So we are going to, like I said, we're going to talk about this next Monday, but I believe we're going to try to start it all together the first week of January. All right. I would like to be in that group. Oh, I don't know. What group are you talking about? Mariana, you messaged me. I don't know exactly what you're asking me. All right. Okay. So any other questions? Anything else? Anybody wants to say? Who still has to do their 5K, and when are you doing it? Are you guys doing them this Saturday?
I'm doing mine Thanksgiving week.
Oh, so you're not okay. You're waiting. Anybody else?
Give me the address.
Oh, I'll send it to you. Saturday.
Okay.
I got my shirt too. It's really nice.
Is it nice? Did anyone else get their shirt today? We didn't get the mail, did we? We didn't get the mail. All right, so the shirts should be out this week too. She sent them out on Friday. So hopefully, if Michelle got the girl lives in Connecticut, so I'm thinking we should have it. Michelle got it in Texas, so I'm thinking we should get them. Okay, we're good. We can get started. Okay, so guys, the topic for tonight is the basics for your business. It's inviting. And I remember when I was a new coach, and I remember when Dave's like, you got to invite, you have to invite. And I really didn't understand what that meant. And it's actually, like, when you think about it, it's a process. It's not just one thing you do. It really starts with, we call it forming, but it's building relationships. It's really getting to know people. Most of us, are getting to know strangers, right? Through social media for the most part. If you're a new coach, you do have a warm market that you start out with.
Which can last for a while.
Well, yeah, mine still does work. Still does, because I still continue to grow with people that I meet through the kids stuff, of course. But if you are, either way, you still have to create rapport. You have to build a relationship with these people so that they build trust in you. Because at the end of the day, we're asking them to physically exercise. We're asking them to invest in themselves. And it's a big deal, because a lot of times when we're asking people, there could be baggage. If they have weight to lose, there's things that they've tried that they failed at. So people come in with their misconceptions and they're skeptical, and they need to feel that they can trust us, the coach, more than anything else. So the important thing for us to always do is to show up first and foremost for our own journey, and to be sharing that on a daily basis, to be sharing our stories, and to be genuine about that, and sharing how this has changed your life. If you view this as a gift, that's how you can approach people, with the mindset of, I have a gift that's changed my life. I want to gift that to you. And Go ahead.
No, I think what Chris is saying, because inviting and the whole thing in synergy is a couple different places. Sharing on your stories and posting about what you're doing on social media, and not being the only thing, but sharing your workouts, sharing your health and fitness journey, is what's going to create curiosity for people to be watching what you're doing.
Right.
So first and foremost, not only do you, like Kristen said, the first and foremost, the most important thing is that you are in your own journey. Number one, for your own health, right? So you're healthier and fit. But when it comes to the business, if you're not sharing what you're doing, you're never going to gain traction for people to see what you're doing. Or if maybe they see what you're doing and they're not ready yet, they will know that you're the go-to person when the time comes if they want to do a Beachbody program, because they've seen you be consistent over it day after day, week after week, month after month. So I think that the journey starts with you. The second piece of that with your business is for you to share it. Now, the forming process, let me get into that a little bit.
Yeah.
So the forming process, I think that whether it's your cold market or whether it's your warm market, if you're on Facebook and you're a newer coach and you have 100 friends or 500 friends or whatever it is, it's very easy, number one, to start conversations and start commenting on people's posts that come up in your newsfeed, or to private message people that maybe you from high school or college or family friends, just to start conversation. Because Kristen and I'm one to say, I am not a person that will just cold invite somebody. I don't like it. Just like, hey, I haven't spoken to you in 20 years. You want to do my challenge group? Like, no. So I do this process of forming. But I will say, Kristen's going to talk a little bit about, I'll let her share people that are watching your stories. Because people that are physically watching, it's a different story. But regular people that you're connecting with, and again, guys, this is in the step 2 section of the BAT. The first portion is initiate connections and add followers, right? That is the most important thing. So every day, at least 5 new people. Reach out to them on Facebook if it's the warm market. If you're on Instagram and it's the cold market. For me, like I like using the hashtag girl dad since I have 3 daughters. I like searching and seeing other people that post using that hashtag. I like to look for other dads with daughters. And then I can message them and just form them. Now, forming, guys, the acronym, and maybe you want to write this down for those that don't know it. It stands for family, occupation, recreation, and message. Family, occupation, recreation, message. Until you get to the point of inviting, you should know about the person's family, what they do, and what their hobbies are, their recreation. The message, which is your invite to the challenge group, is the last part. So for me, I like to form somebody for about 2 weeks to have a couple conversation with them to see, A, is this somebody I think I would like on my team? And B, to develop a little bit of trust. If you're on Facebook and it's your warm market, I would still, if it's somebody you haven't spoken to in years, or maybe it is your neighbor, just keep conversation going before you get to the invite, okay? So you have to form them to build a relationship, which after that takes 2 weeks. Now, Kristen mentioned something I thought was a pretty good analogy today that you want to share what you were saying.
So this wasn't me saying this. This is what I heard from another coach, Jessie Burr, who I think she was in the Beachbody Champions. I was listening to a power hour she did. And she just put a really great analogy because first and foremost, I think most coaches are intimidated to invite, but really that's the number one thing you have to be doing if you want your business to grow. Can we agree on that? Yeah. Right? You have to ask people to join you. It's incredible, but a lot of people think that if they post, that people are just going to naturally just knock down their door. And even the top coaches still have to ask people to join them. And it's crazy because sometimes you ask people and they're like, oh yes, I've been wanting to do this for a long time. And you're like, why didn't you say anything? Like they literally will watch you and not say anything. You have to literally ask them. It's like asking them to come into your storefront. So the analogy that girl Jessie was saying was like, if you owned your own store, right? Like a brick and mortar store, and the people that are watching your stories every single day, the people that are commenting and liking on your posts all the time, those are the people that are walking into your store. They're like in your territory. So as soon as somebody walks into your store, the first thing you're going to want to say to them is like, how can I help you? Like, what can I do for you? You know, like as you normally do when you go to a store, right? The salesperson will come up to you and say, you know, are you looking for something? Like, what would you like? So I feel like the people that are actively watching you on your stories and that are liking and commenting, obviously outside of our own coaching family, those are the people that it's completely okay to just reach out to and say, listen, and very nonchalantly, listen, I see you watching my stories all the time. Thank you so much for your support. You know, have you ever thought about joining one of my, you know, monthly online private groups?
Hold on, I want to stop her there.
Wow.
Write this down. Have you ever considered or have you ever thought of joining one of my monthly groups? That is the most informal way to not be icky as an invite. Have you ever considered? Why do we say that? Because you make it out as if they already should know about it because you share about it.
Yeah.
Okay? Have you ever, it's such a great way to segue into an invite. Kristen said it, that's a golden nugget. Have you ever considered joining one of my monthly online challenge groups? Because their answer may say, no, I didn't know what it was, or I have, or it's a perfect little thing.
And then just to add on to that, giving them an out is also really important because you want them to answer you back. So have you ever considered joining one of my groups? I know you've been watching me for a while. If not, no worries. I know it's crazy times. Like, this is what I've been saying lately. I know it's crazy times. I just never know who would benefit from the support and accountability of the groups like I have. So I throw in something about what it's done for me, but I give them that out. If not, no worries, you know, because I want them to answer me. You know, when sometimes people ghost you because they feel uncomfortable or they don't know what to say, so they just think it's easier not to answer, which is just bullshit. Excuse my language, but like, I just hate when people do that, right? We don't like that. I answer people if they ask me something, but most people won't. So you give them that out. You ask them, have they ever considered? You give them the out. If not, no worries. I get it. It's crazy times. But I just thought I'd throw it out there. My invites are very nonchalant, like very like, hey, you know, like as if you're talking to your best friend, right? It's just you and them. But the invite is the most important thing that you need to do. So if it's something that's uncomfortable for you, I want you to do it more because that's the only way to break out of it feeling uncomfortable. And I want you to do it first. When you sit down to do your work, you know, a lot of times we can get really caught up in the busy work of Beachbody. You can be on your phone all day long, but really get not much done. And I'm the queen of that. I am. Dave will attest to that. But if you can get your invites out, and again, it doesn't have to be these crazy numbers. Guys, if you can invite 3 to 5 people per day, at least 4 to 5 times per week, you know, that's 15, 20 people that you've asked. Now, here's the other thing I want you to understand. A lot of people, especially newer coaches, will get, you know, not concerned, what's the word? They'll start to shut down if they get no's, right? They're going to feel rejected. I don't want you to feel like that. I want you to look at the no as a not right now, because majority of the time, they're just not ready when you're ready to ask them. That's a commitment, right? How many of you said yes on the first time your coach asked you? Okay, right. So I see. Like, okay, Rosanna, you don't count, but you watched me for a long time before you said something. So these things take time. They take time to process. It has to be the right time for them to commit. And if they say no to you, like they're saying no to themselves, they're not ready right now. It's not you. You keep doing your thing, and it's really important. Like I remember when I used to invite people to tell me no, I would get mad. I'm like, I'm never going to talk to you again. Fine. Like I would take it personal, but you really can't take it personal. You have to let that go, because what you want to do is you want to keep the line of communication open with that person and keep checking in on them, because what happens is if they feel they can trust you in 3 months down the line, when they're like, I really need to do something now, they're going to reach back out to you because you cared, because you kept checking in, because you didn't shun them because you said no, which to somebody that might be like, oh, I'm just a sale to you. You know, we are here to change lives. That's what we do. So we have to respect when somebody's not ready and be okay with that.
So which leads me to 2 points with what Kristen said. Number one is if they're not ready, you have to be tracking everybody that you're speaking to. If there's somebody that you start a conversation with and you connect with that you're forming for a week or 2 weeks before the invite, whether it's paper and pen, whether it's on a Google spreadsheet, whether it's Google Streak, which some of you, I don't know how to use. It's on, you guys do it, figure it out on YouTube. You have to track. Why? Because that person, I often get, hey, you know what? I can't do it this month, but I'd love to do it next month. Okay, which leads to my second point. If they say to me, it's early November, I invited like a lot of people last week. And a lot of them said, you know what, right now, November's not a good month, with the election, but I think I want to do it in December. This is what I do. I mark it so I follow up with them in 2 weeks just to connect and say hello, just to comment on their stories, just to engage with them. So it isn't from me inviting them saying not right now, and then I just wait a month and invite them again. I keep that relationship there. Because if we're all selling the same products, guys, the difference is you. It's you as a coach. And that's why you sharing your stories and your posts about what you're doing is so important every day, because they're going to watch you. And then it's going to be that much harder if you do follow up and invite them. If you stopped or you haven't shared what you've done, that they're going to say yes. Because I notice a lot of the people I ultimately invite have been seeing my story. They see the proof is in the pudding. Like, I am who I say I am. And that's why it's so important that when people are like, hey, I want to build this business, I want to be a coach, they're not active, they haven't done a program in a while, they're not in a challenge group, and like, it will never happen. It starts with your own journey, and then it goes to sharing your journey every single day, which keeps yourself accountable, right, with the challenge group and yourself, and then it goes into what Kristen said with the invites. So you have to track, you have to build a relationship, and you have to connect each and every day. It says in the bat right here, 20 minutes is initiate connections and add followers, all right? And for any of the newer coaches, this is a Success Club business activity tracker. We call it the BAT. It's in the Coach Online office. It's in Coach Basics. This is how you know what you need to do every single day and go down the list. The next thing, it talks about social media posts that showcases the benefits of your healthy lifestyle. I hit on that. Use your Instagram and Facebook stories throughout the day to go over your daily life, your workout clips, the products you use, a healthy meal you ate, promoting your challenge group, just recording your challenge group and maybe giving a shout out. But I think it's important that you're breadcrumbing who you are as a person. For me, it's letting them see I have daughters, letting them see that I'm running my daughter around to ice hockey and my daughter's softball, or, whatever it is, walking into church, whatever it is. I do that because, again, what separates you from another coach is when people relate with you. That's it. You just can't put up a workout, video, and that's it. That's unrelatable. That's a so what. But for Kristen and I, what connects us is we're parents of 3 kids and we're busy and we're running around with our kids. You think it means nothing, but to that other person, they're seeing us get our workouts in as busy as we are. You all have your story. You need to share it. The next thing, it says respond to all new likes, comments, or views. Why are we doing that? Again, you're building the relationship. You're engaging with people. And then right here, it says invite at least 5 to join your group. Now, you may say, David, I haven't done this process. I haven't been inviting. I haven't been forming anybody. That's okay. You know what you're going to do starting tonight or tomorrow? You're going to start forming 5, 10 new people a day. And then if you're tracking it in a week time or 2 weeks time, you're going to have a flood of people to invite every day. But you need to start that process. You need to get that conveyor belt in motion so that eventually you have that funnel of people that you can invite. And then the last thing here it says is to follow up. Listen and write this down. The fortune is in the follow-up. The fortune's in the follow-up. I probably have more people than not that I need to follow up with to get them to sign up, either because they're too busy, they forgot to read the message, or they didn't get to answer it, or they said not right now. The follow-up is where it's key. So when people say no or not right now, you need to follow up with them. Okay? So anything to add?
I actually had a thought and it went out of my head. It might come back to me. All right. So guys, we have about 15 minutes left. The point of the story is this. We need to all invite. Oh, I know what I was going to say. You absolutely can also put calls to action in your posts or on your stories, right? Which is asking people if they'd be interested, or give me your email, or answer the poll. Are they 100% successful? I mean, for some people they are. I haven't had great success with them, but I do truly still feel that the best inviting needs to be one-on-one and private messaging. If you want to even go a step further and send a voice message invite, go ahead and do that. If it's easier, what it's easier to do is maybe send a message to somebody like, hey, Amanda, how are you? and just write it in and then send a copy and paste message, which is more generic. I just wanted to touch base with you and see how things are going. And I want to extend an invite to an upcoming group that I have going on. Have you ever considered joining one of those? If not, no worries. I never know who could benefit from these groups like I have. So you can do it that way as well. But I still feel really strongly those one-to-one connected private invites are the way to go. So we're actually going to take about 10 minutes and we're going to do some inviting. What I'm going to ask is, I have a few of our veteran coaches on the call. Guys, can you just pop like Shannon and Lindsay, like Liza, Joanna, Devin, whoever's, I don't know whoever else is on. Guys, just do me a favor and pop in the comments and the chat your current invite, whatever you're using now that seems to be working for you. And we'll let everybody take a look at the different invites and make it their own. Choose which one speaks to you. Would you guys mind doing that?
And I'll throw mine in there as well.
Okay, thank you. So this is what we're going to do. While they're putting those in the chat, I want you, this is something else that Jessie did. Before she invites, she takes like a minute to just think about her why. Think about what she wants out of this business. Think about the people that are going to be put in your path with this invite. Think about the people that need this gift that we have been given. Think about them, picture them in your head. Who are they? What do they want in their life, right? What are their personality traits? I want you to close your eyes and think about that before you send your invites. Get really centered on your why and your goals with this business and who you think is your ideal challenger or your ideal coach eventually. I want you to get centered and think about that before you go ahead and send your invites. What I want you to do is I want you to go through your current stories and your last 3 or 4 posts, and I want you to look at anybody who's liked or commented that you haven't talked to, or maybe somebody that you've just striked up a conversation with but haven't invited yet. It could even be someone you've invited in the past, as long as it wasn't like yesterday. And just get a list. I mean, 5, 6, 7 names would be awesome. And then you're going to start your invite process. You're just going to personalize it, put their name in there, and then copy and paste the rest of the invite and just get them out there. So can we just work together for like 10, 12 minutes to like 9:30 and just bang this out? I'd see if some of the other ladies have put up their in the chat. I don't know if they did it yet.
So guys, I just threw mine in there. You can personalize it and you can see what I wrote. Feel free to copy it and paste it. You may want to just, if it's somebody from your stories, hey, thank you so much for watching my stories. Have you ever considered, joining one of my groups, or, personalize it, but don't attach emotion to it. Just send it.
Yeah, just close your eyes and hit send. So let's try to get at least 5 out, all right? Okay, Shannon put hers up. So again, just look through, Joanna put hers up. Thanks, guys. Thank you guys so much. Look through the different invites, see which one kind of speaks your language, make it your own, and go for it. Any questions? Are everybody good? Go to your last few posts and your stories if you're doing stories. And if you're not doing stories, start doing stories like tomorrow, like right now.
All right, we're going to go to 9:30.
Dave, Kristen, everybody, for anyone who's new on this call, don't feel like you have to be an expert. It is totally cool to be like, hey man, I'm doing this thing. I'm not really sure what I'm doing. And I want you to do it with me. I need you to do it with me. And they're going to feel your level of excitement around it. So not only do you want them to, not only do you need them to, but tell them then why. Because together, blah, 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 we're going to feel like this. Just tap into a little bit of emotion. I have no idea what I'm doing. Let's do it. My buddy got super fit, or I'm super excited because I love Christmas cookies and I'm not going to gain 15 pounds. I'm going to stabilize my weight through the holidays. Whatever you think is going to resonate with your, truly, honestly, if you're new, it's going to be your war market. So just wanted to add that because I do see a lot of new faces here today.
Thanks, Shannon. Good points. All right, good. So let's get going. We got Teresa. Thanks, Teresa. And thank you, Lindsay. Okay.
Stories aren't uploading, babe. I don't know what happened. Just stuck.
So delete.
Can't even delete it.
And guys, real quick, we don't really talk about this much, but like, okay, so what if they say, yes, send me the information, and you're like, oh crap, now what? So step 2 is always, listen, tell me a little bit about where you're at with your own goals. Tell me what you're struggling with right now. I would love to hear it. And again, like Shannon said, we're not the expert, but we want to know where they're at, right? Like, what are their goals right now? I always am like, oh my gosh, I'll share all the information with you, no problem. Tell me a little bit about where you're at and ideally where you'd like to go. And like, what would you say is your biggest struggle at the moment? That's always how I come back at people. And then you can take that information. Again, if you're a newer coach and you're like, holy crap, what do I do next? That's when you go to your coach and you say, okay, what do I do next? But we use third-party tools to show them, like we have a video that we use, which is the total solution right in our coach office. After you get the goals, we just send them the video. Look, this is what our groups are about. Let me know if you're down to do it. And then that's when you start talking to them about the challenge pack. It's like a whole process. We call it the 5-step invitation process. But we're trying to just keep it simple. Again, if they say yes, you're going to go to, great, tell me a little bit about where you're at, where you'd like to go, and tell me what you're currently struggling with. That's going to give you a really good idea of where they're at. And always ask about nutrition. Please tell me a little bit about your nutrition. What does that look like? And Teresa just shared something. When I do not hear back from people, I share this, and I got 3 people to join the Mastering Me group, and they all signed up yesterday. I know, you're welcome. Teresa's like on fire. Hi, Micah. I'm not sure if you're still considering, but if you are, maybe trying 2 weeks for you would be helpful. You can check out the fitness programs, the nutrition, and the meditations. If you send me your email address, I can tell you. Like, oh, okay, yeah, definitely you could do that. You had good people in the Mastering Me. You did. All right, let me mute myself. A few more minutes, guys. Lindsay, I love that one. Guys, her follow-up. Hi, aren't I a pain in the LOL. Just wanted to check in though, because I don't want to leave you out if you're wanting in. Enrollment classes tomorrow. Closes tomorrow. Just let me know. I like that. Am I annoying you? Because I'm annoying myself.
Kristen, I'm telling you, my favorite one is, it usually takes 7 to 8 times before I get a response. What number are we on? I get a reply back from that all the time.
Guys, so that was a classic. If you invite someone a number of times and it gets to the point where it's like comical, you're like, I'm just gonna invite. Did you know that it could take up to 7 to 8 times for somebody to say yes after you invited them? What number are we on? Yep, it
I'm
worked.
telling you, they
I signed up a coach like that. Yeah, fine, just sign me up already.
I had
Leave me
actually
alone.
somebody reply to me with like 128.
Okay.
Well, I'm back.
And then the answer is, well, you can't say I'm not persistent and consistent, right?
Mhm.
All right, guys, we're actually running out of time. Was this helpful to kind of make you work? Yeah, okay. I think we always are more productive when we get to work. Good job, Ro. All right, so guys, that was a basic in inviting. And listen, a lot of you have been around for a while, so it's kind of just repeating a lot of the same things, but I think it's important. It really is the bread and butter of our business. If you are struggling in your business, you're not inviting. It's every time I struggle, I'm like, I know why. I'm not asking people to join me as many as I should be, as consistently as I should be. And you will always feel the difference when you start to get more consistent with it. You will always have people that you can invite to. Like Dave said, you got to get those conversations rolling. It's like a snowball, right? That snowball effect. It starts out small and it rolls slow, and then it starts to pick up momentum and speed. That's how this business works. So if you do stop after you've gotten a little bit of momentum, it is harder to get it going. It's not impossible, but it is harder. So it's really important that you stick with it and that you're as consistent as possible. And again, if you don't know what to say to somebody who has objections or whatever, you don't need to know everything, okay? Go to the team page and post it. Hey guys, this is a response I got. What would you say? Help me out. Or go to your upline coach and ask a question. We will always walk you through conversations. We've had bazillions of conversations over the years. So we're kind of like used to this. So there's no question that, you can't ask us. So please make sure you ask. I always tell my new coaches, I'm like, ask me. I will help walk you through the conversation. You don't have to know everything. And a lot of times it's easy to talk people out of it if we say too much. So it's important that you just follow the process, keep it streamlined, use the third-party tools to help give information to people, and make sure that you're following up with them. It's just really important. But get those invites out. It's really, really important to growing your business. Any questions? Anything anybody wants to add before we hang up?
I want to add something really quickly, just piggybacking on what you just said, Kristen, because we actually talked about it today in our coach mentorship group, or yesterday we talked about it. Don't ever be afraid, like Shannon said and Kristen said, don't ever be afraid that you don't know everything, because a lot of us who have been in this for many years still don't know everything. But the beautiful thing about this, like look at your screen right now, right? We're a team and we are all here together every single day. So, apparently I'm supposed to go to bed. Don't be afraid to post your conversations within our message pods, because we've all had those conversations where we're like, I have no clue what to say to this person. And we've probably said the wrong things and lost people, but we've learned from that. So don't ever be afraid to ask, because especially with all of these people that you see right here, everybody has a different approach. Everybody has a different personality. What I may say, Kristen might not say, or, Liza might not say. Like, we all say things very differently. So something will resonate with you. So that's why we are team Beachbody. Yeah. So for sure, use us, please. Because we want to help you guys get success.
Like they say, you're in this business for yourself, but you're not by yourself. Not many other businesses can you go to your competitor, like another person opens a pizza joint up the street, and you're going to be able to say, hey, how do you make the pizza? What's your dough like? What are you cooking?
What's your secret recipe?
What's your secret recipe? With us here, this is your business. You are the CEO, but you have a team of very successful coaches on here to help you. So use that.
And don't be afraid to ask. This is what we're here for. That's how you learn, right?
Yeah.
That's how you learn. So thank you guys for hopping on the call. Like I said, we're probably going to do a special call next Monday night. It'll be maybe 20 minutes or so about the launch of 9 Week Control Freak. So stay tuned, and we'll see you on the next team call. Bye, guys.
Good night.